Good morning, student. Welcome to your biology class. Today we are going to start chapter 7, that is the nervous system. Student, in previous class you have learnt about nervous system. So in this class we will discuss about central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, autonomic nervous system, reflex action, involuntary and voluntary actions in detail. So what is nervous system? Nervous system is related to our brain. The nervous system coordinates various body activities through a complex system of nerves that carry messages to and from the brain and spinal cord. So, the nervous system consists of the brain, spinal cord, and nerves. Why we need a nervous system? We need a nervous system because it tells us about our surroundings and the changes occurring there. It does this with the help of the sense organs. There are 5 sense organs: eyes, ears, skin, nose, and tongue. Second, it helps us think, learn, and remember. Third, it controls all voluntary and involuntary activities. Voluntary activities that are under our will or control, like holding a pen while writing, running, cycling, etc. And involuntary activities that are not under our will or control, like breathing, respiration, heartbeat, digestion. We will discuss about voluntary and involuntary actions later on in this chapter. Moving forward to our next topic, neuron. The nervous system is made up of neurons or nerve cells. A neuron is the structural and functional unit of the nervous system. And there are millions of neurons present in our brain. So let's discuss about the structure of neuron. Neuron is made up of 3 parts, that is cytone, axon, and dendron. You can see the structure of neuron. The first part is cytone. Cytone is also called soma or cell body, and it contains cytoplasm and centrally placed nucleus. The cytone has short cytoplasmic extensions, and these extensions are called dendrons. The dendrons are further divided into branches, and these branches are called dendrites. Now, axon. A single long and cylindrical structure that arises from the cytone is called axon, and it is covered with a protective covering that is called myelin sheath. The end of the axon is branched to form terminal branches. The end of the terminal branch has a bulb-like structure called a synaptic node. So, the neuron is made up of 3 parts: cytone, axon, and dendrons. Next is function of neurons. Neurons transmit messages from the brain and spinal cord to the different organs and vice versa. They transmit messages in the form of electrical signals, and these signals are called nerve impulses. The dendrites of a neuron lie very close to the terminal branches of the axon of another neuron. You will clear with the picture. You can see the second picture. In the second picture, the terminal branches of the axon of one neuron lie very close to the dendrites of the another neuron, and these are not joined with each other. There is a small gap between them, and this gap is called synapse. So the massive nerve impulse from the axon of one neuron is transmitted to the dendrite of another neuron through the synapse. The nerve impulses travel in one direction only, in single direction only. So in this way, neurons transmit messages from brain and spinal cord to different organs and vice versa. Next topic is nerve. A bundle of nerve fibers, that is axons, enclosed in a medullary sheath is called a nerve. The medullary sheath is an insulatory covering. There are three types of nerve: sensory nerves, motor nerves, and mixed nerves. Sensory nerves, they carry impulses or messages from the sense organ to the brain or the spinal cord. Second, motor nerves, they carry messages or impulses from the brain or spinal cord to the muscles or glands. Third, mixed nerves. These nerves contain both sensory or motor nerve fibers. This is the mixture of both sensory and motor nerve. The nerve that go to the brain are called mixed nerves. Human nervous system. Human nervous system has three main parts. CNS, that is central nervous system. It consists brain and spinal cord. Peripheral nervous system, that is PNS. It consists all the nerves of the body. Autonomic nervous system, ANS. It consists a pair of chains of ganglia. Ganglia is a mass of nerve cells and nerves. So first discuss about central nervous system. Central nervous system consists of the brain and the spinal cord. Brain. The brain is the main control center of the body, and it is a delicate organ, and it is protected by a bony box in the skull. It is called cranium or brain box, and it is surrounded by three membranes, and the space between the membranes is filled with a fluid called cerebrospinal fluid, and this fluid protects the brain from the mechanical shocks. Brain has three main parts. The first is cerebrum, second is cerebellum, and third is medulla oblongata. So the first one is cerebrum. It is the largest part of the brain, and it is divided into two halves, right and left, and called cerebral hemispheres. Outer portion of the cerebrum contains cell bodies of the neurons. It is called gray matter, and the inner portion contains axons. It is called white matter. Functions. It controls voluntary activities. Voluntary activities that are under our control, under our will, like vision, hearing, speech, taste, smell, touch, cycling, etc. It also is responsible for thinking, memory, learning, reasoning, intelligence, and consciousness. Second part, cerebellum. It is small part of the brain, and it is located at the back of the head under the cerebrum. Function. It balances the body while walking, running, and cycling. It regulates and coordinates muscular activities. The cerebrum, the first part of the brain, decides the action to be performed, and the cerebellum, the second part of the brain, implements that particular action. Let us understand with example. The idea of writing something on a paper arises in the cerebrum, the first part of brain, but the muscles involved in writing are controlled by the cerebellum. Now, when a person takes alcohol, his/her cerebellum gets affected because cerebellum controls the muscular activities. So due to this, a drunk person is unable to coordinate or balance his/her muscular movements. Medulla oblongata. It is the posterior part of the brain, and it joins the brain to the spinal cord. Functions. It controls all the involuntary activities. Involuntary activities that are not under our will or control, like heartbeat, digestion, breathing, blood pressure, etc. It is regulating center for coughing, sneezing, and vomiting. An injury to the medulla oblongata may result in the death of a person. Next part is spinal cord. Spinal cord is a long, narrow, and cylindrical cord-like structure, and it derives from the medulla oblongata and runs the whole length of the backbone, and it is protected by the vertebral column. Uh, Two similar halves of the spinal cord fuse together to form a small canal. This canal is called central canal, and this canal is filled with cerebrospinal fluid. So the center portion of the spinal cord is called gray matter, and the outer portion is called white matter. Functions: it controls reflex actions. It conducts messages from the muscles and skin to the brain, means it transmits messages from muscle and skin to the brain. And second, it also transmits messages from brain to the muscle of the limbs, means hands and legs and trunk. Next is peripheral nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Let's discuss about peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system consists two types of nerves, that is cranial nerves and spinal nerves. So cranial nerves, the nerves that arise from the brain, are called cranial nerves, and they are separate in the head region, and there are 12 pairs of cranial nerves. The first pair of cranial nerves are the olfactory nerves that are related to our nose, and they are for smelling. The second pair of cranial nerves are the optic nerve that is related to our eyes, and they are for vision. The seventh pair of cranial nerves are the facial nerve to the muscles of the face and tongue for taste. And the eighth pair of cranial nerves are the auditory nerves that is related to our hearing, and they help for hearing. Second, spinal nerves. The nerves that arise from the spinal cord are called spinal nerves, and they are spread throughout the body except the head. There are 31 pairs of spinal nerves. Next is autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system consists of pairs of chains of ganglia and nerves. Ganglia is a mass of nerve cells, and it operates through two systems, that is sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. So the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, these systems send signal to the same organs, but they have antagonistic, means opposite effects. Okay, the sympathetic nervous system inhibits, means prevent or control the secretion of gastric juice in the alimentary canal, whereas the parasympathetic nervous system stimulates, means make active the secretion of gastric juice in the alimentary canal. So these two systems send the signal to the same organ, but they have opposite effects. Next is voluntary and involuntary actions. Voluntary actions that are under our will or control. Example, kicking a football, writing with a pen, eating an apple, running, cycling, etc. Involuntary actions that are not under our will or control, like immediate action of hand to cover face when someone throws something towards you, and tears in your eyes when some particles enter your eyes, and heart rate, breathing, sneezing, etc. And these actions are also called reflex actions or reflexes. So the last topic of our chapter is reflex actions. A quick and automatic response to a stimulus controlled by the spinal cord without the involvement of the brain is called reflex action. And the path followed by a nerve impulse in a reflex action is called the reflex arc. For example, moving away of hand on touching a hot object is an example of reflex action. So in this picture, you can see when a person touches the hot object, the sensory receptor in the skin received heat stimulus. Then the electrical signal or nerve impulse is generated and it travels through the sensory neuron to the spinal cord. Nerve impulse or masses arrives in the gray matter of the spinal cord. Relay neuron transmit masses from the sensory neuron to the motor neuron. Nerve impulse or masses reach the muscle or arm through the motor neuron. The muscle contracts and the hand is moved away. So this is the example of reflex action, and this is the path of reflex arc. Now, types of reflexes. There are two types of reflexes: natural reflexes and conditioned reflexes. Natural reflexes are inborn reflexes. Reflexes that are present since birth are called natural reflexes. They do not need any learning or previous experience, like blinking of eyes, coughing, sneezing, salivation, etc. Now, the conditioned reflexes or acquired reflexes. Reflexes developed by learning and training are called conditioned reflexes. Example are watering of mouth at the sight of tasty food, typing on keyboard, dancing, swimming, and playing a musical instrument. Salivation is both a natural and conditioned reflex. When you chew or eat food, salivation occurs, means saliva. Salivation means saliva, and this is a natural reflex. Sometimes salivation occurs at the sight or smell of the tasty food. That is conditioned reflex. So, conditioned reflexes were first shown by a Russian zoologist Pavlov in dogs. He noticed that dogs do not secrete saliva on the ringing of a bell. He then started providing food to a dog at a particular time by ringing a bell. After repeating this several times, he observed that the dog started salivating, even on ringing the bell, although food was not there. Thus, the sound of the bell becomes a conditioned stimulus and salivation the response. So this is the last topic of your chapter, that is reflex action, that is quick and automatic response to a stimulus without the involvement of brain. Student, this is all about chapter 7, and in this chapter we discuss about human nervous system, the three parts of human nervous system, that is CNS, central nervous system, PNS, peripheral nervous system, ANS, autonomic nervous system, voluntary, involuntary actions, and reflex actions. So go through this video and read the chapter carefully for better understanding. Thank you.